As a special education teacher, one of the things that I'm constantly looking at is how to make my content easier to access for my students. We all know that students learn in a variety of ways. And for years and years, educators, parents, administrators have been coming up with a variety of ways to do that. And there's been a lot of great ways. Take this thing, for example. This is called a whisper phone. Maybe you've seen them, maybe you haven't. Pretty straightforward. I can put it around my head. If I whisper into this little thing right here, I can hear what I'm whispering. It's giving a student who maybe needs to talk things out during an assessment, during a test, a quiz, during a writing assignment. It's giving that student their comfort level. It's helping them out in the best way that we can. They can whisper and hear their own thoughts, and they're not distracting everybody else. Again, basic, simple, but a pretty cool use of technology. I think that the NETP's Measuring for Learning Focus helps open up a lot of doors in terms of accessibility for learners. Just like the whisper phone, it offers so much more, and that much more can be very, very exciting. It's almost giving each student their very own IEP. And as a special education teacher who writes a lot of IEPs, I think it's fantastic. It's allowing students to have accommodations, modifications to their personalized education, and I think only good things can come from it. Using technology, I can offer audio versions for the test, and I do that in a lot of times for my students. One thing I haven't done but can also be offered is audio versions of the test in multiple languages. You never know when you're going to have a foreign exchange student move into your class, and that can be a huge help for them and for you. I can give struggling writers the opportunity to go voice to text, because my main concern is on their thoughts and their comprehension. It's not really on their writing ability. So giving them that outlet is allowing them to access whatever we're going through, and it, I think, makes them feel more comfortable. I can chunk assignments or assessments so I don't overwhelm students. You can put a certain amount of things on one page so you don't expect too much too soon, because some of them will get overwhelmed and won't want to work through that. I can create individually based learning environments for my students based on their strengths and weaknesses, so they can be a proactive part of their education. I think one thing that gets lost a lot of times, or at least has in my experience, is when a student just checks out because they don't learn the way that everybody else learns. Technology and this infusion of technology is offering a lot of different ways for students to learn, all in the same classroom. And I think that when they feel comfortable with that, they as the students, it can only mean good things for you and your classroom, and then more importantly for the student. Another part that we can look at, technology also makes the curriculum more accessible to students who are chronically absent, students that are on homebound, or traveling to traveling, and it allows them to actively participate if they so choose. We live in a world where there's more and more anxiety, more and more depression. You hear a lot of those instances where students aren't coming to school because of that kind of thing. Well, this infusion again of technology can allow the student to reach the curriculum without even being in the classroom. Now, I want the students there, and I know all of us want the students there, but if we can bridge that gap and find the middle ground, maybe they'll come more because they feel more comfortable through technology. What is great about technology is I believe this is where the NETP's heart is it's shattering the idea that the classroom is the only place to learn. And it's the only way, and that there's only one way to learn. It's giving teachers and administrators and students alike a lot of different looks, a lot of different ways to do things. And if we embrace all the differences and we try a little bit of everything to reach as many students as we can, I think that we're only going to see really great things from that.